Good evening, everybody. Welcome on the channel of Immigré au Japon. Program in mostly English and some French if you want. Hello, lady. How are you today? Comment ça va, lady? Tu fus d'une prestance, d'une rapidité incroyable. Ça va. Occupé avec le boulot, mais c'est bien, ça va. Hello, Shenril. Welcome in. So today we are going for something very basic. I realize I made a mistake in my writing. Okay, that's better. So tonight we're gonna talk about kiyomizudera, and after that we will have the usual quiz about Japanese data. I found again some stuff that is quite interesting, so we'll go through that. Since you have no idea until you get some idea, Shenrin, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do the same thing for the different subscribers, so you will have a postcard for your birthday coming soon. For donations, maybe I will print a few more. I will see what I can do with that. So today we're gonna talk. Ça complétera les wallpapers. Yeah, I will send you a few more wallpapers. The pictures of what I Instagrammed yesterday. The view of Abeno Halukas at night. It was quite nice, so I will send it to you as well at some point as a wallpaper. Hello, Sed. Welcome. So let's jump into things. So today we're going to talk about the kiyomizudera. So here I prepared the map for it. So the kiyomizudera is for the main part in Kyoto. So here we have Osaka at the bottom. We have Kyoto close to the lake. We zoom in Kyoto. It's to the east side. It's quite close to the Kenninji that we saw last time. So the Kenninji is around, but is left close to the water of the kiyomizudera. So today we are going to the kiyomizudera that is right here. Hello Red Blaireau, salut salut. Bienvenue ce soir. So the map is not that clear, so we will move to the satellite view to see things about it. So the kiyomizudera is the last big building in this area before you enter the forest. So you will have different ways to climb to the kiyomizudera. You will have basically 3 different access to go up there. Hello, Victor. I was about to say we will use the satellite view before Victor asked for it, and I was just in time to do so. I'm quite happy about it. I beat you to the question. So the kiyomizudera is right here. So we can see that this image is not that pretty because that was taken during the refurnishing of the place. So as I was saying, you have three accesses. You have the road right here, which is that's why my ears were ringing. Yes, that's why. So you have the street that is in the middle here, which is a main access. It's a shopping street. It's a Zaka. It's the last part of the Sannen Ninen Zaka string, let's say. So this actually starts quite far away because actually the street will start around here most of the time. You can also start it here, it's alright. And it will go up here, here, turn, and go up to the shrine, right, and to the temple right here. So Kiyomizudera is a dela, that means it's a Buddhist temple. So this road is the main one with lots of shops, and that's the one with many tourists all the time. That's the one that will be very busy all the time. You have two more accesses that can be of some interest. You have the street here, which is the Chawanzaka. So this used to be the street for the ceramic makers. C'est la rue des potiers. So Kiyomizudera is a temple famous for its pure water. The name actually, Kiyomizudera, means the temple of pure water. So this water was so pure that it was used by ceramists to make their ceramic. So there is a school of ceramic that developed between the temple and the river here to the left. So all along this, you had a long street of ceramists with shops and workshops. Now the workshops are not that numerous. You cannot really see them from outside, but you still have a lot of shops with traditional kiyomizuyaki. So the ceramic technique of the Kiyomizu temple. You can find the first shops like on the first third of this big avenue here, but the main part is this straight part that leads right to the temple. Be careful, at the end of this road you have a very steep slope. Either you take stairs or you walk it, but it's quite steep. Okay, you have to be ready for it. You can take a break in the middle. You see between the two flights of stairs. Here you have a cafe restaurant, so you can make a break there. So this is the second main access. If you are into ceramic, that would be a nice access. You have a few shops with not so many clients, not so many tourists, and you can enjoy some traditional ceramic. Those that look very much like big shops, expensive shops, they are still doing the Kiyomizuyaki style, but their factories moved out of the place, so they don't use that water anymore. But you have some small places that still do. The third access you have is the quietest one. It is the one that goes through the graveyard that is here. Okay, this is the Otani graveyard, Otani cemetery. So those are tombs in here, okay. And you can actually, from the crossing here, walk through it and climb up. Actually, it's here, following this and going this. It is not so steep. It's going up kind of nicely, slowly, and you get a view on that big cemetery that is not flat, but that goes down a valley. So you are basically on top here, and you see the cemetery going down to the water that is at the bottom here, right before the trees. I always go through there because French clients always want to avoid a big amount of people. So this place is always quiet. I have never seen more than 10 people climbing with us. It's way quiet. We can still go to the shops, do the shopping part when we go down, which is a bit easier, and it's, you know, you can take as much time as you want to do your shopping. So I prefer to do it on the way back. So for the first thing, this shopping street has been there for a long time. This place was a place of pilgrimage. Donc on avait des pèlerins, and pilgrims would go up and would have to stop into places. So they have had shops over there for centuries. I do have one picture that is okay. This is the top of the street, right at the first turn. So let me show you. It's the turn here. Okay. So that picture dates back to the end of the 19th century. So you see that we had a tradition for shops there a long time. Already at the end of the 19th century, it was a very settled, very installed shopping street. So the kiyomizudera is in several pieces. Let's get out of this for the moment. Let's see what the little guy can see here. Oh, we can go through lots of it with the guy. So let's drop him. That will be better than my pictures actually. So when you arrive here, you do have the gate, the entrance gate here. To the left, here in the back, you have some stuff they want to show you. That will be about the roofs most of the time. So you would have some stuff to pay attention to here if you want to get some details. Also, you have a very peculiar statue in here that was financed by geishas. So you can either go under the gate or you can go on the stairs to the right. There is no right way to do it, so you can choose the one you prefer. People usually like to go up here to get a first view over the city because you are just above the roofs for the first time. So I cannot go there. Let's see if I can go here. Yes. Going up. Where did I go? Okay. Oh, I jumped. So you see, on top of the door, you start to see the city in the back. On this place, you have this gate that is always closed, that you've seen open for the ceremony of the blue dragon I showed you before. We will see it again at some point. Here usually you do have a dragon statue. At the time of this picture it was removed. We don't know when that was. Oops. Okay, that's November 2015. Okay, since then here you have the nice dragon statue, and this is never open to climb. Yes, I have done some pictures there. I did a program some weeks ago about the Seiyue Shinji, You have priests in costumes who make a ceremony about the blue dragon that is a protector of Kyoto. I will go again soon to take more pictures with not so many people yet. So you go up this way, you can enjoy this bell tower. On all those buildings, you should enjoy the decoration of the pieces of wood under the roof. They are decorated with colors, you have animals and stuff. It's very nice. It has been refurnished recently, so it looks very cool at the moment. Okay, so no quiz for you today. We will take your excuse and we will not imagine that maybe you are tired of losing to be mistaken to every question and you want to avoid the shame of the defeat in the quiz. We will not interpret it that way and we will believe that you actually have an appointment. So also to your right, this is, I'm happy to try to lose. That means I learned things. Okay. So this building has been refurnished recently, so now it's way more red, way more full of colors. So you can enjoy this kind of decorations very nicely. They've all been refurnished. You have the pagoda as well that has been refurnished and looks good. When you arrive here, you have an attraction, if I can say so, in this building. You can go to the sub-level, underground level, which is actually a small maze, dark pitch black. You cannot see anything, there is no light. You have to follow a certain way, and at some point you will see a stone with a marking on it, and that is basically the heart of the belief of the temple. So if you touch it, you will re-emerge from the labyrinth like a new person. It's like a second birth that you live when you go there, touch the stone and get out. So you can do that. You need to take off your shoes, you go under. You better not be afraid of the dark because it's completely black, no light. You just have some light, very dim, at the stone place, and that's it. But it's all leveled, if you just walk carefully, you will not fall. You always have something to hold. You will not bump into stuff if you do things properly. So that's the first thing you can do in this place. It's pretty good. Then when you reach here, you will have the first great view over the city. Okay, if you go to that place from here, you have a view all over the city. You cannot really see any temple roof or stuff, so it's not that impressive, to see an old town. But you are above town. You can put this traditional gate in the picture, so you can have something that is valuable as a souvenir. Then if you go the other way, right in here, you will have to take your ticket and you will enter the place right here. So at that time it was closed in being refurnished, but you will enter here and visit the temple. So let's see if I show you the diaporama. So the gate, that one we saw well. You should pay attention to this kind of details. You will have strange animals like tigers or very scary elephants and stuff like this. You can have a view. You have a few sakuras in front of the building, so you can take sakura pictures with them. And here we cannot enter it, okay, but when you enter this part, you end up in this building. Okay. So here we are stuck to the left. You can go in here and you can visit inside this. You have one statue of Canon, and you should have at the regular time 28 sub-divinities statues. Okay, so let's get out of this mode and let's see where we can drop the little guy again. We can drop him around here. Okay. Oh, this is spoiling. Let's go back to where I want. Okay. Is there any place I can go in there? Nande? Okay. Wait, why is this that one? That's annoying. Okay. So you will get out of the building here, and here you will have two possibilities. Keep going in the Buddhist complex, or turn to the left to enter a shrine that is included on the grounds of the temple. You can go up there. It's included in what you paid for, basically. So, two things to see for this place. It is the stones of love. So, let's see. Here, you see between the people, here you have one stone. And you have another stone there under the board. And you are supposed to walk between the two stones without looking, and if you can reach one stone starting from the other without looking, that means you will be able to find love without help. If someone has to help you to touch the second stone, that it means that you find love, you will need some help, so you should seek professional help, basically, to help you find love. So this is the first funky tradition in this place. So you see, let's go back once. The stone is right here, the second one. Okay. And in the back, you have this cut tree behind this shrine, which is for a different tradition. So this is the Okage Myojin. I will have a better picture for it, for us to read. You can also buy emas and put some wishes on those parts here. Unfortunately, it's difficult to take. We would have very good picture to take above this, but it's pretty hard to have a look over it and take pictures. So, if I go back to the diaporama, so we went through that. So, following the visit of the temple, you will see that from outside, just like this picture. That I will show you after. We'll go back to that. Okay. So this is the shrine, the stones. So those are recent pictures. You see, nobody to bother with the stones. And the Okage Myojin. So this is the god who will answer the only prayer, whatever it is. You need to make one prayer. He is believed fervently as a guardian deity, especially for ladies. The Japanese cedars behind were used for Ushinotoki Maili, or the 2 a.m. visit, which was popular among ladies in the old days. They would nail a straw doll on the cedar as their enemies, putting a curse. We can find lots of marks of nails on the left of the back of the trees even now. So, there is a legend, a belief related to Shinto, that on certain trees that have a certain history, if you come every night during 1 week, so 7 nights, at the time of the ox, which is between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., you can bring a doll and nail it to the tree to curse this person. If you get seen by someone doing that, the curse will not happen. So you must do it secretly between 1 and 3 a.m. You also need to wear a white cloth, and you need to wear 3 candles on your head. You have a special kind of hat, which is a piece of metal going around, and you can put 3 candles on them. So you come dressed like this at around 2 a.m. basically, without anybody seeing you, and 7 days in a row, 7 nights in a row, and every day you nail the doll of your target on the tree, and if everything goes fine, you will just put a curse on this person. So this shrine is pretty funky because on one hand you have the stones of love, and on the other hand you have the tree of curse. It's quite a balance between things. Pretty strange. So this is it. So you see the view seems to be nice over there, but not easy to take. When you follow the visit to the temple part, so you will go down here. I don't have any possibility to go down. Okay, let's see. I should. Being here. Okay. Here we go. So you see the shrine was to the right. So if you want to have the calligraphy of the temple, that's here that you can buy it. You come with your little Goshoin book, you give it plus money, and you will have a monk, an official monk, do the writing, do the Goshoin. It's like your pilgrimage book, basically. Then you will keep going around. So here you have sub-temples that are quite nice to see. Now they are open. And you reach this balcony from which you can see the main temple. So this is the way it looked before. It has just been refurnished, so now it's way nicer. It looks very nice nowadays. I don't have any recent pictures for some reason. I don't know. I made a mess of my stuff. I wonder why I don't have the... So you can have different views according to the time of the year. You have this. So the place has not changed in 100 years. This picture was taken in 1880, 1880. So you see that the design and the shape of things was exactly the same. So it has been kept for quite a while. It is refurnished regularly. You can come during winter. You will have a snowy view. So you can make a different picture at every season. Most famous season is first fall, second best spring, and after that winter and summer are okay. But to my taste, the best time is fall. You have maple trees all over, so it's good. Then you will keep on moving and you will go down to the pure water that gave its name to the place. So you follow this way. Up. You have this little walking place. So this is a nice view when things are finished. Okay. So nowadays this view is very nice. And you go down here. At some point, when it goes down, you have the possibility to go to the pagoda that is right behind there, and you can take pictures from that pagoda. Let's see, can I? Yes, I can access it. So you can go through the back here. You have to this small pagoda, and from this pagoda here, I want to go there. Okay. A bit more to the right. Here you have a nice view as well. If you have momiges, maple trees, or if you have some sakura in the view that are blooming, it makes a nice picture of the place. You can go back down here with this, walk down the place, and at the bottom of this slope you arrive at the pure water, which is here. Okay, so the pure water is actually 3 small streams divided in 3. One is for your health, one is for your longevity, and one is for your success, studies, or business, basically. A long time ago, it used to be that you could drink only one. Nowadays, you can do whatever you want. Nobody is explaining anything anymore. So, okay, you can make a mix of the 3 and drink. They provide you with a long bowl with glass, kind of, at the end, or a cup melted with a bowl. With a stick, more likely, not a bowl, but a stick. And you can reach the water that is pretty far, get your water back and drink it. You don't have much risk of getting sick or and whatever, because you put back your cup in a UV light machine. So, they get UV lighted between people, so it should be fine. You also have the divinities. You have 3 Buddhist statues in here, in that place. So in my diaporama, you have this. Here you have the fountain. Looks like this. So what happened here? Why do we have a temple, and why do we care for the water? We have some story about it, so I will tell you about the story. So, according to the official book of the origin of the Kiyomizudera temple, an old man appeared in a dream to a guy called Kenshin. He was a monk living an ascetic life in Nara. And this vision gave him a revelation. It told him, go north and find a crystal spring. So une source limpide. Following this vision, Kenshin, the monk, walked north and discovered the Kiyomizudera place. There, he found a priest that was living as an hermit who was called Gyoei Koji. Gyoei Koji told Kenshin that he granted him one of the trees of the land, of this land, which was infused with the power of the divinity Canaan. He told him that he had been waiting for him, and he asked him to carve the tree into a statue of Canaan, so the divinity with 1,000 arms. And this statue was to guard this place. And Gyoei Koji disappeared. At that time, Kenshin realized that this was an incarnation. Gyoei Koji had been an avatar of the Canaan divinity. So he did his best to maintain the place. The spring was called the Ottawa waterfall, and he protected it. 2 years after that, a warrior called Sakanue no Tamuramalo came by while hunting. Kenshin, who was living there, admonished Tamuramalo. I can't get that one. Tamuramalo. So he admonished him about killing living creatures in the presence of Canaan. And Tamuramalo actually was very moved by what Kenshin said, and he paid to build a temple to enshrine the statue that Kenshin had made. Or had made, I don't know which one actually. And this place, paid by Tamuramalo, became the Kiyomizu temple. So that was at the end of the 8th century. The Kiyomizudera was built in 778. So the story between the two hermits was in 1776. It should, if it's logical. Kiyomizudera is very famous for its balcony. So this balcony is very famous, and they even have a say in related to that. Some people would come to pray to Canaan, and in the depth of their belief, they were looking for the protection of Canaan. So from the front of the statue, they would walk back and not turn their back to Canaan until she was out of view, until the statue was out of view. So they would go straight back onto the balcony and end up jumping off the balcony. So you do have an expression that is jumping off the balcony of the Kiyomizudera, which means, like, you know, to take the how do you say it in English? The jump of faith? No, it's not the jump. To take the Oh, I forgot. How do you say in English? The whatever of face. It's not the jump of face. It's the. Oh shit! Forgot. And yes, you see what I mean. Okay. So in Japanese it goes like kiyomizu no butai kara tobi oriru. So you get out, you go out flying. That's what it says. In French it would be se jeter à l'eau. It's a mark of belief. Officially there were 234 jumps, and 85.4% of the people who jumped actually survived. It's only 15 meters, and there were a lot of trees back then, so they did survive. They don't tell how well they survived, but most of the people did survive. And it was forbidden by the shogunate. They had to forbid it officially because there were too many people starting to jump there. So this temple, this Buddhist temple, is not related to Zen. The belief and the approach, the religion, the Buddhism they practice is a Buddhism that is from before the Zen. Obviously, when Zen came along, there were influences, but they are one of the cults that is pre-Zen creation. And that's pretty much it. Let's see, do we have other pictures? We have this, okay, the water. Yeah, in the 17th century, the Kiyomizudera Kyoto extended, and they donated cannon to a temple that was on a site pretty resembling in Osaka. So Osaka had in 1632 its own Kiyomizudera. With the same kind of aspect, you have the big balcony and stuff. And unfortunately, it didn't survive the war. It seems it burnt with most of the telamachi during the war, and it was not built back. Now it's a graveyard, only a graveyard, from which you have a little view, but around there, Osaka is a lot of tall buildings, so you don't have a view as you used to have in the past. So we do have one in Osaka. That's the shrines, the stones of love, the tree for the curses, the divinity in front of the tree, and that's it. Okay, do you have any question, anything you want to ask? I will just have a look at something. Maybe I can show you, maybe I can add the picture of the Osaka Kiyomizudera. Give me a second. If you have any question, that's the time to ask those. Oh yeah, I have a few more pictures. Give me a second. I need to take this. I should have thought of that before. And also, if I go there, not this one here. Osaka Kiyomizudera. here we go. So just give me a second to rename stuff. That will be DO1, DO2, DO3, DO4, and this would be CO1, CO2. No questions going around? CO3, CO4, CO5, CO6, CO7. The same. Okay. So let's see. Did my diaporama get my new stuff? Go through one more time to check. No, it didn't take my change. Give me a second. I need to do one more manipulation to get it. Okay, the new set should be alright. We go through again. Here we go. So this is one view of the Kiyomizudera, from the Kiyomizudera to the city in 1900. Donc c'est 1900, pile poil. Here you have a view. You have way less trees than now, actually. It has been quite modified since then. But so this is the temple in 1900. Then I took pictures of details. So this is the pagoda you see from the main balcony. Picture you can take through the main balcony with the Kyoto Tower in the back. So on top of the roof you get some demon faces to protect the place. It's pretty traditional in Kyoto. And that's it. And it didn't take my other pictures. Why that? Okay, so that will be for another time. It's okay. So we are done for this explanation of the Kiyomizudera for today. So now we're gonna move on to the quiz. Is everybody up for a quiz? For some reasons my chat is a bit stuck. Okay. So we are up for today's quiz. Here it is. A new set of questions. So we're gonna talk about the population a lot today. Yeah, basically I made only questions about the population today. So, my first question will be... Here we go. Okay. So, according to you, how many men between the age of 15 and 19 were divorced in Japan in 2015? How many men between the age of 15 and 19 were divorced in 2015? Combien d'hommes entre 15 et 19 ans étaient divorcés, ont divorcé en 2015 au Japon? Vous avez le choix entre 200, 700, 1500 et 5300 personnes, hommes. Donc, si quelqu'un veut donner son avis sur la question. Lady nous se lance dans le choix de 700 personnes. Est-ce que quelqu'un d'autre veut tenter sa chance? Je crois que ce soir, on a surtout des comptes en background et pas grand monde d'actifs. Donc, ce sera moi et Lady ce soir. Et du coup, Lady va commencer à avoir de très bonnes statistiques, puisque si j'arrête le vote et que nous regardons la réponse que tu as sélectionnée, the right answer is actually the one with the most votes in this today. It is 700. Nous avons donc ici une bonne réponse de Lady. C'est bel et bien 700. Alors on va dire des garçons quand même plutôt. 700 ont plus de 700 garçons entre 15 et 19 ans qui ont divorcé en 2015. Donc toujours le même problème. Ouais, il faut déjà d'une qu'ils aient eu l'autorisation des parents pour se marier déjà à cet âge-là. Et en plus de ça, ils ont divorcé juste derrière. Bon, ça fait quand même beaucoup. C'est pas des mariages Las Vegas quand même, donc c'est quand même bizarre. So it is 700 boys who got divorced in 2015. It's even worse for girls, because in the case of girls, it's more than 1,000. It's almost twice more. So, yeah. That's our first thing for tonight. Next, we keep on working on those ideas. The next question is about singleness. How many women between the age of 35 and 39 were never married in 2015? Combien de femmes entre 35 et 35 ans en 2015 n'avaient jamais été mariées? Donc on est sur l'âge moyen, sur un âge où d'habitude on est sur le top des mariages. Donc 450 000 sur 4 112 000 femmes de cet âge. 960 000 sur 4 millions. 1 680 000 sur 4 millions. Ou 2 112 sur 4 millions. Do we have anybody else who wants to give an opinion about this? How many women between the age of 35 and 39 were never married in Japan in 2015? So the total number of women of that age in 2015 was 4,112,000. So out of those 4 million, how many were never married when they turned between 35 and 39 in 2015? I just wait for the 3 minutes limit to turn to see if anybody is interested in sharing his opinion. Lady chose 1.6 million out of 4.1 million. Let me get my data. Never married. Okay. So we didn't reach the 3 minutes left. That's long minutes. Okay, 3 minutes are over. Let's stop. So Lady chose 1.6 million, and unfortunately, Lady, it is not the right answer. Je suis désolé, Lady, mais non. Ce n'est pas 1,6 million sur 4,1. La bonne réponse est 960 000. The right answer was 960,000. It's way less. Okay. Still, it's 1/4. A little bit on 1/4. Between 1/5 and 1/4. Okay, it's about 22%, I guess. 22% of women at the best age to get married, not having never been married, that's a lot. Still, that's a lot. So it's a pretty scary statistic, definitely. And next, we'll keep going for this kind of things. We're going to talk about education now. A little thing about education. Plus raisonnable. Un quart plus raisonnable, enfin c'est énorme quand même. Que tu aies 1,6 million. Oui, c'est plus raisonnable que tu aies 1,6 million. Mais comme c'est un pays de célibataires, tu aurais pu avoir peut-être raison quand même. C'était plausible, on va dire. So next, did the number of people with a college education change from 1990 and 2010 in Japan? Donc, est-ce que le nombre de personnes avec un bagage universitaire validé a changé entre 1990 et 2010? Donc oui, yes, it increased by 70%. Donc oui, ça a augmenté de 70%. Ou alors oui, ça a augmenté de 30%. Ou bien ça a changé, mais ça a diminué de 20%. Ou bien non, ça n'a pas changé. Est-ce que le nombre de personnes avec une éducation supérieure, une éducation universitaire, a changé entre 1990 et 2010 au Japon? Lady tells us yes, it increased by 30%. That's our guess. Does anybody else have an opinion about it? Does anybody else want to tell us his opinion or her opinion? I wait for the 3 minutes limit as usual to give you time to make a decision. And I will, on the other hand, get my answer. Where was it? Here it is. Here, okay. Anybody else to give an opinion? No, so the 3 minutes are over. So lady chose it increased by 30%. So you were half right. Tu avais à moitié raison. Le chiffre a en effet augmenté. There has been an increase, but the increase has been of 70%. L'augmentation a été de 70%. Le Japon est passé de 10 millions de gens avec un bagage universitaire à 17 millions. So Japan moved from a 10 million mark of people, with a college degree to 17 million in 2010, which is a bit disturbing, not disturbing, a bit surprising, because the time when Japan had a lot of money was in the 80s. End of the 80s, that's the crisis, that's the end of the bubble. So people start to have less money starting in 1989. So you would guess that from there it goes down for the big expense like going to university. But actually it is not. Avec l'éclatement de la bulle à la fin des années 80, on aurait pu penser qu'ils auraient moins d'argent pour aller au collège, pour aller à l'université, à partir des années 90. Mais en fait, ça a augmenté. 10 millions en 90, 14 millions en 2000 et 17 millions en 2010. Ça a augmenté comme ça. Donc c'est la proportion, en fait, c'est le nombre de personnes avec un diplôme universitaire sur toute la population. And we'll try to look for the reason why it changed that much, how it increased that much. So we do have a second question related to this, which is, did the number of women graduated from college change between 2000 and 2010? Est-ce que le nombre de femmes avec un bagage universitaire a changé entre 2000 et 2010? Si oui, est-ce qu'il a augmenté de 130%, 80%, ou bien est-ce qu'il a diminué de 5%, ou bien est-ce que le chiffre n'a pas changé? Est-ce que le nombre de femmes avec un bagage universitaire a changé entre 2000 et 2010? La question est facile vu ce qu'on a dit à la précédente. So, if anybody else wants to take a guess, you can join Lady. You just type the number in the chat and it will be counted. N'hésitez pas à donner votre opinion, à choisir une réponse. C'est juste un jeu. So, we wait for the third minute, and I want to check my calculation to see if I didn't mess it up. Ok, Lady, je me suis trompé sur une chose en fait. C'est pas 2000, c'est pas 2000, mais c'est 1990. So you chose it increased by 80%, and it's not the right answer. It actually increased by 130%. Ça a augmenté en fait de 130% entre 1990 et 2010. L'augmentation principale du nombre de diplômés universitaires en fait au Japon entre 1990 et 2010, c'est l'augmentation très importante du nombre de femmes. Chez les hommes, on passe de 8 millions à 12 millions. Et chez les femmes, on passe de 2 millions à 5 millions 5. En fait, l'augmentation chez les hommes nous amène à une augmentation de seulement 50%. Ils sont passés de 8 millions à 12. Et chez les femmes, en fait, on a un gain qui est proportionnel vachement plus important, puisque là, on a fait plus 130%, on a plus que doublé. Donc, c'est elles qui ont apporté la plus grosse contribution sur l'augmentation des diplômés du cycle universitaire. So that's how we get our reason. So the number of college graduates increased because more women got the number of graduated women increased way faster than the number of men graduating, even though the number of men did increase a lot. Next will be about Japanese living abroad. How many Japanese citizens were living abroad? What kind of English is that? Were living abroad in 2018. Combien de citoyens japonais vivaient à l'étranger en 2018 en résidant, donc plus que 3 mois à l'étranger. Donc 2 millions, 1 million, 500 000 ou alors 250 000. Donc les gens avec un vrai visa pour rester, pas un visa temporaire. Ils n'étaient plus considérés résidents au Japon. So how many Japanese citizens were living abroad in 2018? Since nobody else seems to want to participate, I will just turn off the thing once Lady has answered. So you chose 500,000, and this is the right answer, Lady. So the exact number was 513,750. Le chiffre total en 2018 de gens résidant à l'étranger, c'est 513 750. Ça inclut les gens avec la double nationalité. Donc voilà. Après, on a ceux qui sont allés à l'étranger avec des visas longs, mais qui étaient encore résidents au Japon, qui étaient 800 000. Et donc, on a un total de 1,4 million. Okay, the next question is around the same. Désolé Lady, c'est la Suisse, c'est pas la Suisse, c'est la France. So, how many Japanese citizens were living in France in 2018. So 102,000, 65,000, 44,000, or 23,000. So this one is a bit larger number. That's people with still the residency in Japan. So more than 3 months, but just that, no limit. Tu connais rien la Suisse de toute façon, donc. Mais je peux te donner le chiffre de la Suisse peut-être. En Suisse, 10 000 Japonais, dont 5 000 résidents. So, lady tells us 44,000. And, lady, this is the right answer. 44,000 Japanese people were living in France in 2018, with 9,000 of them being permanent resident in France. In Switzerland, it was 10,982 temporarily living, among which 5,706 who are permanent resident to Switzerland. Non, c'est pas beaucoup, mais c'est quand même c'est le 3e pays d'Europe, la France. So, France is number 3 of Europe. Number 1 is England. Number 2 is Germany. And number 3 is very close to Germany, is France. And after that, it drops dramatically. In Italy, it's 1/3 of France. What the... les Japonais, ils se sont trompés dans le... Les Japonais se sont gourés dans leur transcription. Austria, ok. Ils ont écrit, pour l'Autriche, Austria, ils ont écrit Australia. N'importe quoi. Dommage. Juste en lomadi. En kana, c'est bon, mais en lomadi, c'est faux. Et en Autriche, il y a seulement 3000 personnes, en fait. 3000 Japonais. Ok. Ensuite... Suisse et Suède, ouais, ça peut se confondre. Mais la Suisse est largement devant la Suède pour le nombre de Japonais. Vous avez deux. Mais là, c'est vraiment les kanas en japonais, ils sont vraiment très proches. Il y en a juste un qui fait une toute petite différence en fait. Ils ont du mal à dire Austria en fait. Next. We talk about marriage. So what was the marriage rate in Japan in 2018? So was it 12.3 per 1,000 people, 8.4 per 1,000, 6.2 or 4.7? Le parrain d'un meilleur ami d'enfance lui a envoyé d'Espagne une carte avec son adresse suisse, mais en marquant Suède au lieu de Suisse. Waouh, ok. Ça fait de la peine. C'est dur quand même. Et si vous le savez, c'est qu'elle est arrivée, donc c'est déjà ça. Donc, quelle est quel était le taux de mariage au Japon en 2018? Elle est allée en Suède et ensuite elle est revenue. Punaise, ils sont doués en Suède. Hein. Ils sont serviables aussi. Ça aurait été les Français, pouf, c'était poubelle. Donc le taux de mariage en 2018 pour le Japon. Tu dis 8,4 pour 1000. Et pas du tout, c'est beaucoup trop comme chiffre. Le taux de mariage au Japon en 2018, c'était 4,7. Donc 4,7 mariages pour 1000 personnes. C'est pas beaucoup. Il est en baisse constante depuis des années. Il est en baisse constante depuis... depuis les années 80, début des années 90. Et il a pris une grosse chute au début des années 80. Comme partout, oui. Mais là, il est vraiment bas, quoi. 4,7, ça va vraiment pas loin. Et du coup, pour la même période, pour la même année, qu'en est-il du taux de mariage, du taux de divorce plutôt? Quel était le taux de divorce correspondant la même année? 0,7, 1,7, 2,7 ou 3,7? Tu penses à 3,7. Tu vas un peu fort quand même. Hein. Ça voudrait dire 3 quarts des. Il y aurait 3 quarts de mariage, 3 quarts de divorce par rapport au mariage. Il y aurait 3 divorces pour 4 mariages avec ce chiffre-là. Ça ferait beaucoup quand même. Le vrai chiffre, c'est 1,7, ce qui veut dire un mariage sur 3. C'est un divorce pour 3 mariages, c'est déjà beaucoup, un tiers. Un tiers de divorce sur les mariages, ça fait déjà un beau chiffre. So the right answer is 1.7. So for 3 marriages, you get 1 divorce in Japan. 3.7 would have been 3 divorces for 4 marriages. That was a bit too much. 3/4, that was a lot. But I know only divorced people. Je connais que des divorcés. Tu t'entoures mal. Ou alors tu essayes de pêcher. Un des deux. So the right answer was 1.7 divorce for 1,000 people. Now let's see how it is. C'est triste, non pas moi. Non, toi t'es pas divorcé, mais est-ce que tu essayes de pécho du divorcé? C'est surtout ça. Est-ce que tu essayes de ramasser des miettes ou des monsieur cassés ou des choses comme ça? C'est ça qu'on se demande. Est-ce que tu essayes de récupérer du matériel usagé? Est-ce que tu fais dans le seconde main? So now let's see how this happens over Japan. Tu pêches pas. Ah. À la pêche au boule, moule, moule, je n'irai plus, ma maman. Enfin bon, voilà. So, my next question is, which prefecture has the highest rate of marriages which is 6.2 per 1,000 in Japan in 2018. Which prefecture had the highest rate of marriage in 2018? That rate was 6.2 for 1,000, knowing that the national rate was 4.7. So either Tokyo, Miyazaki, Fukuoka, or Hokkaido. Quelle préfecture avait le plus haut taux de mariage, 6,2 sur 1000 au Japon en 2018? Lady nous dit 1 Tokyo, and that is a right answer again. Yes, Tokyo is the prefecture with the highest rate of marriage by far. That's the only one above 6. Other big areas, if I take Osaka is 27. Osaka is like 5.1. That would be the second best, it seems. Yeah. So, Tokyo is by far the one. On the other hand, now, for the last question of the day, which prefecture has the highest rate of divorces, which is 1.91 per 1,000 in Japan in 2018? Quelle préfecture a le plus haut taux de divorce, à 1,91 pour 1000 au Japon en 2018? Tu nous dis Tokyo. For the last question, anybody else wants to participate? Give an opinion? No? So we stop here. You say Tokyo, and this time you are wrong. The right answer is Fukuoka. I don't know why, but in Fukuoka you get by far the highest rate of divorce, 1.91. Well, except for Okinawa, but I didn't take Okinawa because they have a strange situation for that because of GIs. And Tokyo is actually pretty low. It's 1.7. So it's not that bad in Tokyo. Pour le nombre de mariages à Tokyo, en fait, c'est assez simple. C'est que les gens viennent là en début de carrière et donc ils ont plus de chances de se marier à cet endroit-là, en fait. C'est là qu'ils sont quand ils ont de l'argent et tout. Et c'est plutôt dans les aléas de la vie, quand ils sont obligés de quitter Tokyo plus tard, qu'ils vont se retrouver à divorcer. Donc on n'a pas tant de divorces sur Tokyo. C'est dans un moment de la vie où ils sont souvent obligés de partir de Tokyo qu'ils divorcent. Alors que pour les mariages, voilà, c'est début de carrière, ils arrivent et dans la vie, dans le cycle de vie, ils arrivent sur la capitale à l'âge où on se marie plutôt. Donc voilà ce qu'il en est pour les questions d'aujourd'hui. So this is it for the questions about Japan for today. So if you want to know when the next lives will happen, you can find all my information on my social link. I do announce things as soon as I can on my Discord, so if you want to follow things, please come on the Discord. You can find some pictures on Instagram as well. Tomorrow we will have a special IRL. Tomorrow we are going to Kobe. The stream will be a bit earlier and a bit longer than usual. It should be 3 hours long or so, starting 2 in Japan and finishing around 5 as usual. So if you're interested in seeing Japan live, please join the IRL I'm doing on a regular basis. And tomorrow is special. Tomorrow is Kobe. Demain, nous serons à Kobe, probablement à partir de 14h et quelques. Voilà, je suis de passage à Kobe pour le boulot et donc nous en profiterons pour faire un IRL là-bas. Merci beaucoup de m'avoir regardé aujourd'hui. Merci à toi, Lady, d'avoir participé. Et passez une bonne soirée. Thank you everybody for coming and see you soon. Bye.